Hi, and welcome to Clappia. In this video, we will see how to add secure payment options to your Clappia app using PayPal with the Payment Gateway feature. You can use this feature wherever payment collection from your end users is required, for example, course or event registrations, service requests, licenses, permits, and much more. Let's see how to set it up. In my Clappia dashboard, I will select this course registration app that I've created earlier. This is a simple app that captures the full name, email, the course type, currency, and then based on these two fields, it calculates the amount. If you're wondering, I've used the calculations and logic block to dynamically set the amount based on the course type and the currency. So if you wish to know how to set up the calculations and logic block in detail, there is a separate video. I will link it in the description. Now in this app, I would like to add an option for the user to make a payment. But before that, do note, for PayPal, it supports only certain currencies. For example, INR is not supported, but USD is, so you will need to keep that in mind before configuration. So now I'll go to Design App. Here you can see all the earlier fields. I'll click on Add Field and select Payment Gateway. Do note that the Payment Gateway feature is available only on the professional or enterprise plans. If you wish to use this feature, check out our pricing page. It will be linked in the description. Now this block can be configured on the right hand panel. First I'll give it a name. Let's say Click to Pay because in the app it will appear as a button. Then we have Payment Gateway. Click on the drop down and select PayPal. If you wish to know how to set up Razorpay or Stripe, it is similar to the PayPal process, but there are separate videos for it, so you can check that out if you want to. Next is the currency. If only one currency is applicable, you can simply type it in. For example, if it's USD, type USD inside quotes, like so. However, if you require the user to select from multiple currencies, let's say you have a field such as a drop-down which mentions different types of currencies, you can pull that dynamically using field variables. For example, in this app, I have a select currency field, which is a drop-down where I've listed different currency options, which you saw previously in App Home. But just to show you again, I'll open the same app in another tab. So over here, I've opened the same app, and I'll click on the select currency field. You can see I've listed down all the currency options. You can add more if you want to. And in App Home, again just to show you, this is what it will look like to select the options. Now going back to Payment Gateway configuration, to pull this field's value dynamically on the currency, I will type in @ followed by the field name, which is select currency. Similarly for amount. If you have a fixed price, you can enter it manually. However, if the amount should be fetched dynamically, just like I did for the currency, you can also pull in field variables over here. So I'll do that by typing in @ and I'll select amount. And it'll take this field's value. Next we have two options, PayPal Client ID and PayPal Client Secret. These two options will be available once you create API credentials in your PayPal business account. Head over to your PayPal developer account. If you are a first-time user, sign up for a business account at developer.paypal.com. From the PayPal developer dashboard, head over to Apps and Credentials, then create an app if you haven't already and get the client ID and secret. Copy those values and paste them in your Clappia app. So I'll give the ID and secret, like so, and I'll click on Save. Let's test this out in App Home. As you can see, the Payment Gateway feature has now appeared in the app. If I simply click on it, I'll get an error message that asks me to enter the amount to proceed with the payment. That is because this field is now dependent on other fields. If you had typed it in manually, you would be able to proceed. So now I'll make the selection. If I select INR and I'll click on the button, nothing will happen. That is because, as I mentioned earlier, PayPal does not support certain currencies, so do keep that in mind. I'll just change the currency for now. Let's say USD and I'll click to pay. Click on the PayPal button and a pop-up window will appear. Fill in the details to proceed further. If the payment is successful, you will get a successful message, but for unsuccessful payments, it'll say payment failed and you can retry your payments. However, a user can still make submissions without making the payment. If you want to prevent users from submitting without making the payment, you can make this field required. So if I click on submit, it'll still make the submission. So now to make the field required, I'll go back to Design App and on the right panel, we have the option required. Enable this, save it. Now I'll go to App Home and if I simply click on submit, I will not be able to do so. So if your user simply click on submit, when this is a required field, it will not allow them to do so. This ensures that users must complete the payment before making a submission. Now with the Payment Gateway block, an automatic variable is created and that variable can be used to get the status of the payment, either success or error. This can be used in your validation blocks or even for your text embedding and HTML blocks to display custom messages. So for example, let's say if the payment is successful, I need a message to appear validating payment, and it should say maybe payment successful, or for unsuccessful payment, it should give me the message saying that the payment is unsuccessful. So for that, I'll go back to Design app. I'll add another field, select the validation block. This block is covered in detail in another video. You can check that out, it'll be linked in the description. Now on the right panel, type of validation, I'll give custom. Validation condition, it'll be based on the status of the payment. So to pull this field status, I'll type in @ followed by the field name. So over here I have click to pay status. Equals to, for successful payments, it'll be success. Then the validation level will be success, so I'll just keep it as it is. And the validation message, let's say I type in payment successful, and I'll save this. I can add another validation block for unsuccessful payments. So the type of validation again is custom. The validation condition, again, @ click to pay status equals to, and this time it'll be error. The validation level will be error, and I'll give another validation message, and I'll click on save. Let's test this out. I'll go to app home, make the selection, click to pay. Let's say I'm unable to make a payment. The payment has failed and it throws me the error validation. So in this way, you can make use of the payment gateways variable to check the status of payments. Just something to keep in mind. Also note, for error in validation, users will not be able to proceed with submission. Now the payment gateway feature will also work on the Clappia mobile app. If you haven't downloaded it already, you can do so either on Play Store or App Store. And the moment you create your app, it'll be live and ready to use. And all submissions can be viewed under the Submissions tab. And that's how you can integrate PayPal payments into your Clappia app. With just a few steps, you can securely collect payments for registration services or any transactions within your app. If you have any questions on the configuration of the PayPal option or the other options for the payment gateway feature or on any other feature in Clappia, you can always request a support by clicking on the button over here. Select the appropriate option that is convenient for you and we'll get in touch. Thank you.